Cedric here, and welcome to Star Citizen. This is a really awesome upcoming space sim game. It's in a very early alpha phase. Right now you can get it from robertspaceindustries.com. It's developed by Chris Roberts from Freelancer and Wing Commander fame. And this is going to be one of the coolest space sims in the near future. By near future, I mean the MMO portion of the game is going to be released probably around late 2015. That's not a solid date. I would probably put my money on it being delayed a little further. But if you sign up now, you get a ship package. You pledge to the game. You'll be able to be a part of the development process. You can play each module of the game as it's released. They're going to have an Arena Commander module, which is already out and is being expanded on periodically. After that, they're going to be releasing a little bit of the planet side module, and they're going to keep going until we could actually play the full MMO beta when it comes out. Right now, you can play Arena Commander. You can hop in the ships that you've bought and shoot each other. To get access to that, you got to buy a ship package. The cheapest one is the Aurora LX, I believe. That's a little starter ship. It's actually a pretty cool ship. I used to have one, but I liquidated it to pay for this beast. And you can hop in your ships, you can fly around, you can shoot each other, you can test out what the game's going to be about. It's really cool. I'm going to show you the racing module and then maybe a little bit of the flying, shooting module. And you can make a decision for yourself. But if you really want to support the game, you can drop $200 like I did on this freaking giant thing. This is called the RSI Constellation. And this is kind of like an entry-level little mini carrier type thing. It's got its own little snub fighter that in the future is going to be able to be launched to defend you. It's got two big-ass turrets that pop out of these glass windows right here up top and on the bottom. And I'll do a quick walk through the interior. Then we're going to hop in my Merlin Racer, and I'm going to show you guys what the racing is going to be like. This game is shaping up to be really cool. They're going to have so much stuff going on, like a player-driven economy where, say, I want to buy missiles, and if I buy all the missiles in the shop, you know, the price of missiles goes up. Or if I am a pirate and I want to shoot, you know, every missile convoy going to Terra for like the next 2 days, the price of missiles is going to skyrocket, and then the missile vendor will dynamically generate missions for you to go, you know, get some more missiles from them from the mining planet and deliver them to make money. It's going to have this really cool economy system. There's going to be pirates and data runners and you know, bounty hunting and all that good stuff, and it's all going to be player-to-player interaction. It's going to be a really cool game. So this is the Constellation. It's got a cargo hold. It's got the little room back there to launch the snub fighter. You can actually make the cargo bay go down and stuff. It's all animated. The turret bays are up here. It looks like it's going to be a really cool game. I got escape pods. You know, you got beds with their little vid screens and stuff. You can use them to escape. And all these, whoa, what was that? And all these are going to be multi-crew ships. So I could be flying and I could either get a friend or hire an AI to man my turrets or fly my snub fighter for me or what have you. Or at least that's what's planned for the future. This game has actually had one of the most successful Kickstarters of all time. I believe to date they've raised about $50 million. And that all started from the uber successful Kickstarter that got this game to blow up in popularity. Some of the really popular YouTubers have expressed their excitement for it, and I am certainly excited. This is going to be a really cool freaking game, or at least I hope it is. I've certainly paid a lot of money to make it a really cool game, and the developers are really, really great dudes. I've really probably never seen developers be so responsive to the community. When the Arena Commander modules first launched, a lot of people didn't like the controls. They didn't like the way 6 Degrees of Freedom was handled. They didn't like the way the targeting was handled, and the next update, you know, they tried to fix it, and people didn't really like it again. It was almost on target, but they wanted a little different, and the developers tried to fix it again. You know, they definitely keep up with what the community wants. I see the developers posting on the forums frequently and talking about, you know, what's in the future for the game. And one of the reasons that I think that happens is because this game has no publisher. There's no EA or Activision or, you know, no big big industry telling you what you can and can't do in your game, that it's got to be out by a certain time. They're really taking their time with this to make it a good game, and they're definitely following Blizzard and Valve's policy of, you know, you'll have it when it's ready, and I am not worried about that at all. I'm willing to wait a long time if this game is what they promised it would be in the Kickstarter, and it's really shaping up to be that way from what I've seen. So this is the M50. It's like a little racing machine. Basically, its engine's strapped to a little ejection seat type deal here, and I'm going to show you what the racing module is like. So once you've got your ship package, you want to hop into either your cockpit, or you can access the Arena Commander module from your pause menu. I'm going to do it from the cockpit of my M50 here, and you can pick whatever trainers you have unlocked. If you have the racing ship, you can pick that trainer. If you have the 300i, which I have a variant of that, the 325A, it's like a fighter variant sitting behind me, you can use that. And I believe everybody has the Hornet to play with. And I think you could use the 300i in the racing series too, but they also have a racing variant of the 300i called the 325A. They've got all these really cool ships announced. The systems and the way the ships are going to work is just incredibly impressive. Like, it's all really freaking cool, and I suggest you check it out. I mean, hey, just for example, if you're going to have say you're going to have well, like a big constellation like I got flying over there, and you're going to trade or something, you're bringing a huge haul of cargo, right? The way the persistent universe is supposedly going to work, and we've heard a lot about, is, two pirates come up to you, they sneak up on you, they get behind you, and your alarms start going off because they're scanning your ship. Since they're scanning your ship, you know that these pirates are trying to find out, what the hell's in your cargo hold. So now you're on edge. So you hit a button. You send all the power to your weapons. You power up your weapons, because you can totally every part of the ship is manageable. You can divert power to your weapons. You can divert power to your thrusters. Everything has local damage states and all that stuff. So you divert power to your weapons, and you point at the pirates, and you're like, "Stand down, pirates! Get the hell out of here! I'm gonna blast you out of the space, out of the sky, out of the space, whatever the hell you want to call it." And the pirates don't stand down. In fact, they creep up on you a little more. So you tell one of your crewmates, you're like, "Yo, get the fuck in that turret." So they run over, they hop in the turret. It pops out of the top of your ship. You spin around, chunk, you aim at him. The pirate, maybe he's gonna aim his guns at you, start firing, send a missile or something. You pop off a flare to divert the missile, and now it's on. So you got, in this crazy space sim that runs on CryEngine, you got to do to the turret. You're flying the ship. There's pirates after you. They're shooting missiles at you. You're launching countermeasures after the missiles. They're going to have so much cool stuff going on. And one of my favorite things, what is it? I don't even think I've seen that. Oh, Cooperative. I've seen that. One of the really cool things that I've noticed, and one of my favorite things about the physics model, is that your ship is not like, if I press D, my ship doesn't just turn right. As dumb as that sounds, if I press D, my ship is gonna, if I press D, excuse me, my guy moves his stick. The ship's flight computer, which you're gonna have interchangeable flight computers in the ship that may handle flying differently, your flight computer interprets you pressing D as you want to roll. So if you're looking from third person, you can see the corresponding thrusters actually go off, and the physics model responds to that, and your ship does a barrel roll to its best ability from its thruster power. It's, you got the rocket equation going on. There's so much cool stuff going on with the physics model of this game. And one of my favorite things that I've noticed is that, you're flying in the Arena Commander module, and, you're fighting with your friends or whatever, and you take a missile to the back of your ship, or you get hit in the side, and one of your thrusters gets taken out, or your power plant takes some damage. Now, if your thruster gets taken out, that thruster can't activate anymore. So suddenly you might find that it's a little harder to control your ship, and that's like the coolest thing. You can actually really feel the damage, like if your car, you go over a pothole and you mess up your suspension, you can really feel that your car's not working properly no more. Your ship is about to get beat up. Now this game's about to start. It's in black and white. It's gonna kick off right now, and here we go. They just recently... Oh my god, I just messed myself up. I wasn't even looking at the keyboard. They just recently increased all the top speeds of the ship, and it is some scary business. Now you see when the screen gets black and white like that, I'm actually blacking out. I'm not managing my flying very good right now, and that guy is probably in a 325A. He's flying up ahead of me. But I mean, hey man, the physics in this game are so crazy. It's awesome watching what your ship can do. Oh man, that was amazing. I crashed right into the thing. Alright, I can still catch this guy. I can still catch this guy. He's gonna mess up. I swear. Oh, I don't want to hit the thing. Now, all these thrusters are dynamically controlling my ship at these very high speeds of about 300 meters per second, which I don't even know how goddamn fast that is.
It can sometimes be difficult for pilots to get a full handle on the pacing they need to set for themselves.
I've completely boned myself here.
Becoming pilots, this race should be considered a prime example of how not to win races.
What did I do?
And that's the circuit complete. As the race goes on, pilots are really beginning to fade.
I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second to get warmed up here. This guy's pretty good. It's okay, one crash and I can ruin it all for him. Now look how fast we're going. I would love to hop into third person to show you how cool the physics on these ships are, but that's just gonna get me killed. And you see on the bottom right hand side there, there's coupled, there's G-Safe, and ComStab. And those are all different flight modes of your vessel. So I could change the flight mode to turn, say, G-Safe off. And that makes a huge difference. Because it doesn't try to regulate my turning to safely control the G-forces of my ship. And that can be extremely dangerous. Now you have like your Delta V marker, not Delta V, I'm sorry. You have your vector marker in the front, that little thing that's following my crosshair. Not the one leading it, the one following it is the one that, oh shit, is the one that, oh, I can't see anything.
Some pilots really having an off race.
I'm sorry. This is so intense. It's like I can feel the frickin' G-forces. I just scraped the wall right there. You have no idea. This game is so intense. I'm like turning my head with the G-forces and the way the ship is moving. This would be a great game for Track IR. But anyway, like I said, the way the physics system works is just... It's stunning. It's completely stunning. Oh!
This is just triple flying.
Oh no! Yep, see, I damaged my thruster on that one. Oh! Did I just snipe that guy? Did I just snipe first from that guy? I would be so happy. I don't know how I did it. He must have crashed into the wall or something and slowed down. But I'm trying to keep it on. Nope, I'm still in second place. Oh man, this is intense.
Looks like some of the pilots have chosen to hang back and avoid the whole struggling to win altogether.
Sorry, most of this video is in black and white because I'm doing terrible at managing my G-forces right now. The afterburner totally speeds up. Oh! I gotta make it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Ah! Damn, he had 10 seconds better lap than me. That's pretty awesome. Alright, So yeah, like I was saying, the G-forces, the stuff that's going on while you're racing this is just completely amazing. Like, the cockpit of your ship feels like no other space simulator I have ever played. I apologize for that commentary during that race. I was holding on to the edge of my seat there, but it was pretty intense. It happens to me every time I race. It never gets boring. But the physics simulation, the way your thrusters work, the 6 degrees of freedom, it's all super cool. And if you don't like the forward-oriented method of driving, or driving, he says. If you don't like the forward-oriented method of flying, you just tap caps lock real quick, and that brings you into a completely decoupled mode, which means that you go up, you go down, you strafe left, you strafe right, and you go forward and back. It's called, 6 degrees of freedom if you're familiar with space sims or airplane sims. But there's a lot of different ways you can approach the controls. There's so many different cool ways to fly your ships and different tactics you can use. And it really is just such a sick game, man. I really, really love it. Okay, matchmaking didn't want to cooperate. So I popped into the Vandal Swarm, which is like a horde mode type thing. You fight waves of these Vandal alien type creatures. As you can see there, they are popping in now with the rest of the textures. And, oh man, this is really a blast. So I want to scan for an enemy. That's the closest target to me. And, oh man, I'm flying past this guy. So you got your little hit markers there. That's where you want to fire your guns to pop, homeboy. And I'm going to show you guys how the missile lock works, which is really freaking cool. So I'm real close right behind this guy right now. I'm going to spin around and engage my thrusters in the same direction as him. Pop the missile lock, and bang, there it goes. Missiles away. You can see it creeping in on the side of the screen there. Oh, he flared me? Did he? Ooh, he shirked that missile. Slick motherfucker. Oh, my teammate's already gone and killed himself. Since they've increased the speed on this mode, it's really, really hard not to go flying past a dude that you want to creep up on. And sometimes the hit markers are hard to manage. So what you really want to do is stay tight on somebody's tail. But frequently what these guys do is they team up on you and they pop your shields down. And while you're tailing the one guy, the other one flies up behind you and tries to kill you like they're doing now. So I'm going to put all my power to my back shield. If you notice in the top left corner of the screen there, my shield got bigger. So now I'm going to put all the power to my front shield while I flip in circles. I'm still getting used to the power management there. And stop flying backwards so I can play joust with this motherfucker. Alright, power to rear shields. They're really trying to pop me. You got your cool little ship voice that talks to you and stuff. And, like ballistic missiles, they're not very good for taking down shields, but they're great at shredding up the hull of these dudes' ships. Come on, homeboy. Almost got him. We're really popping him now. 500 damage is kind of a lot. So right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like joust with this guy almost. Fly in one direction and stop and then do another pass on him. And I got him. So now I'm going to let this guy fly by me. And do the same thing. Try to pop on his tail. And I'm going to fly in... Oop, see that? And I'm going to fly in decoupled mode, which now is very usable. Because it makes it easier for me to strafe on targets and stuff like that. And decoupled mode allows you that buzzword there, 6 degrees of freedom, where I can strafe up, I can strafe down, I can strafe sideways, and all those things do take a serious toll on the G-force of my ship. I mean, how cool was that, man? Blew him to pieces. The graphics in this game, the Cry engine is just, it's beautiful, man. I love it. So let's see where they spawned in. Here they are. You can zoom in, you can focus and all that stuff. Let's try to hit him with a missile, because blowing dudes up just looks so freaking cool. And like I said, sometimes you get flying really fast, man, and it's pretty dangerous, I gotta say. I'm gonna try to take this guy out before his boys catch up to me. Oh, see that? I just love watching little pieces of these dudes' ships fly off. Now I'm gonna bust a quick strafe to the side to get out of this guy's line of fire. And hopefully while he's trying to pop around on me, I'm gonna be able to take him out. And if you notice, I'm overheating my guns now, which is a mistake. Alright, let's get a missile lock on homeboy over here. Oh, DX story just popped up on my screen by accident. I hit the screenshot button. So my missile adjusts to his velocity, and they're actually physical missiles now. Bang! Blew him up. That wasn't close enough. I want to see a real explosion. And you have countermeasures and all that, so missiles aren't going to be super OP in player versus player. Boom! Now, if you notice now, I'm not flying in the direction I'm pointing. I don't know what I've done, but I kind of messed up somehow. There we go, now we're going in the right direction. But I don't want to get going too fast, or else I'm just going to fly right by the dude. The controls still could use a little work. Sometimes they get a little convoluted because there's so many things you can do. You can match the relative velocity of your enemy. Sometimes with the divergent hit markers, it's hard to figure out which one you're supposed to be aiming at. And once you lose sight of what direction you're going, things get very confusing. Come on, let's catch up to this guy. Now, if you notice, this ship only flies at about 200 meters per second. The other one flies at 300, that little M50 racer. So there's going to be a huge difference of, say I'm using that little M50 as an interceptor, and I want to get away from somebody who's after me. That's like a huge thing, because this guy in this ship is not going to be able to outfly the little M50. If that M50 runs away from him and you can't get a missile lock on him, he's gonna get away from you if he's a good flyer. And it's definitely really oh shit! See, there goes a missile. It's definitely a totally skill-based flying method. Now I want to get my sights on this guy and knock his shields down because he's a Vandal Prime. That means that he's got a little bit more skill. But also, his friends will try to flank me and stuff. Oops, see, I've done overheated my guns. Let's blow him up with a missile. Did I hit him? Oop. He used a countermeasure. I'm definitely putting a hurting on him. We're gonna get him pretty soon if we can keep this up. Except now, see, his boys are really trying to tail me here. Ballistic's low, so I better start using my lasers. I want to get some distance from everybody. Pop off a couple missiles. Hopefully maybe thin the pack a little bit. You're still alive, you son of a bitch. Alright, we blew him up, but they're hot on my tail. I think I'm going to make this the last wave. Ooh! Where's Little King? He's right behind me. That's what's killing me. You can actually, along with Track IR, and they're going to have Oculus Rift support and all that cool stuff. You can actually configure this with, what's that thing? It's called Voice Attack. You can configure this game with Voice Attack. Come on, missile. Oh, tell me he got that. Oh, they are all over me. This is crazy. Who's closest? Alright, looks like they backed off. You could use voice attack. And if you configure voice attack, got the bastard. Oh my god, I crashed into his dead ship. Now see, that probably damaged one of my thrusters. What I'm gonna do now to finish this dude's off is I'm gonna pop to my weapons screen real quick while I'm getting shot at here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna pop to my power screen. If I don't kill this guy on this pass, and if I don't kill this guy on this pass, I'm gonna put all my power to weapons.
Warning. You are approaching simulation
Which is
boundary.
group number 1. Now we got full power to weapons. That means our thrusters have less power and whatnot. But our phasers are powered up. We can knock a dude out real quick like that. And our weapons don't overheat as much. The power aspect of it is really cool. It's a little hard to do in the heat of battle. As you've seen there, I had to like completely stop to figure out what I was doing. But once you get used to the decoupling and the spinning around and stuff, you really can do some cool stuff, man. Like, flying around in this game is just super satisfying. I love the way it looks when I'm shooting missiles at people, man. It's some really cool stuff. Now, if you look over there, a little piece of my ship is blown up here. So that's pretty freaking cool. Like, you got all these little damage systems. You can get your guns blown off. You can't use your guns anymore. Sometimes you gotta eject from your ship. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes on, man. It's just a really cool game. The missiles are a little overpowered right now if you don't have flares, but some of the weapons aren't gimbaled. Some of the weapons are fixed, so you don't have like a lead marker like that you can aim at with this little cockpit indicator here. You can't use my little green circle to aim your weapon. Some of the weapons are totally fixed. So that adds an interesting, like, World War II dogfighting style. Like, you really gotta joust and do passes on an enemy if you want him to get hit by any of your bullets. Like I said, oh, see, I just blew my freaking blew half my ship off probably there. There's a lot of crazy things that go on with the physics of the ship models, and there's so many cool systems, shield management, all that. It's very exciting. It's very fresh. You know, you can see here I'm managing my shields. I could just hit one button to equalize them. There's all these different ways that you can interact with your HUD. It's a really cool game, and it really gives you that Star Trek Captain Spock power fantasy. And I imagine it's going to be incredibly exciting when the full module of the game comes out. You know, that I could fly around in my multi-crew ships, and you could practice having a gunner and all that stuff. It's really exciting. I'm really excited for the full version of this game. I have to limit my playtime, or else it's all I can think about, and I just am way too excited to play all the time, and I know I'm gonna have to wait a long time. You know, you're gonna have to manage your fuel, your trading, your money. You gotta buy insurance on your ships in the full game. The death system is really cool. We'll talk about that another day. But all in all, it's a beautiful game. You know, Star Citizen looks like it's gonna be super exciting, and I am super psyched for this game to come out. Oh, let me back up here. Let me back up here, so we don't die. Check out the little thrust indicator module there. Let me pull up so we don't run into the wall here. As a little last note, check out this thrust indicator module there. You can actually see the way your thrusters are applying force to your ship as you're flying and stuff. So I'm going up right now, and then it's going to stop me, and I'm going left right now, and I'm going to black out and get shot. I could say it a million different ways. There's so many cool, exciting things about this game. I'm going to pull a graphics. I'm going to pull a Battlestar Galactica maneuver right here and die. That's a fitting way to end the video. Star Citizen's a great, very promising game. all the cool AAA CryEngine, crazy physics, Star Trek fantasy ship simulator you could want, with none of the problems of a big developer, a big publisher trying to ruin it and rush the game out before it's ready. If you like space, if you're a Star Wars fan, I would definitely check this game out. When you're behind the cockpit of that ship, there's no way that you can convey the feeling you get in the video of, you know, hitting the decouple button and swinging around while you're flying backwards trying to blow somebody up. It's incredibly exciting. 2 thumbs up. Check it out, guys. I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Lysergic signing out.